Okay, hi everybody. This is Charlene, and we have Xiao Hui together with me, and we will be sharing on today's topic, which is memory retention and clarity for students. So even if you are not a student, it is also important to know about this topic because whatever we share today can be also be applied for adults and elders as well. Yeah. Okay. So a bit about myself. I've been with Young Living since 2010, so which means this is my 14th year. I'm also an ICF PCC certified coach, NAHA certified aromatherapist level 1 with a Taiwanese training provider. Yeah, and then a mother of three. My youngest right now is 2.5 years old. And then you can find me on social media. So Xiaohui,
Hello, hi. I have been with Young Living since let me see, 11,
11.
11. So yeah, just completed 13 years plus plus a few months. So it has been, for me, it's been a journey of uh learning a lot about natural remedies, the natural approach to health. So I've been uh so I've been learning along the way after what in the last 30 years after I joined Young Living. So I have a certification in health coaching from a US school, and then also NAHA certified. So mine is a bit different. My level one, I got it from a provider, a school, aromatherapy school based in the States. And I'm based in Malacca. Hello. Okay, so where to get started?
Yeah, so let's dive into today's topic. Um, the- let's okay. First thing is I want to talk about we talk about memory and clarity, right? We need to first understand what are the factors, right, that affect your memory and clarity. So our sharing is going to be very quick and to the point, so that it is very concise for those people who are listening to the replay. Okay, so there are some of the factors that affect memory and clarity, especially for this one is focused specifically for children and students. Okay, so diet. So diet. I mean, I'm a mom myself. Xiao Hui is also a mom. We know that kids love sugar laden food. So even like my kids, I do limit their like bread intake to uh sourdough, and then there's no sugar and no like added flavorings. But you know, kids being kids, they still will eat a lot of this kind of sugar laden things. Just like yesterday, my kid had the pastry, yeah, then have a lot of those sweetened fruits and soaked with sugar and syrup, you know, that kind of thing. And then they also eat a lot of refined carbs. Okay, so one this is the one big factor that affect memory and clarity. Okay, then the next one is weight. So obesity in Asia among kids are on the rise, okay, because of the food that we eat. Okay. Um, so you see, diet, we talk about refined carbs, we talk about white bread, pizza, you know, sweet dessert, and all the different commercial cereals lead to all this weight increase. Okay, lead to all this weight increase, therefore you can see how it's related, yeah. So wait, we talk about obesity or unhealthy weight. Okay, then because of the food we eat, there's a lot of mineral and vitamin deficiency in our children today. And then we talk about exercise. Many of us don't exercise as much as our body needs. Okay, even our kids right now, ever since the pandemic happened, there's a lot global lockdown. Our kids are used to being like at home, stay at home, and there's a lot of screen time and devices involved. So the amount of exercises that kids are exposed to today are also very little. Okay, so when we talk about memory and clarity, these are the important things that we need to focus on to help us boost our memory and also have better mental clarity. Okay, so we are going to talk about how Young Living comes in, right? Oh, there's a typo, sorry. How Young Living comes in to support our memory retention and clarity. Okay, specifically, we are talking about the supplements and also the oils and how it helps. Going to start with the supplements first. Supplements are going to these are the supplements we listed. I'm going to talk Xiaohui and I are going to take turns to talk about each of the supplement and then how it's useful for our young children, our students, as well as then we'll talk about the essential oils. Okay, the first one all of us know lah, our signature red drink, right, is Ningxia Red. Okay, Ningxia Red, number one, it is high in antioxidant. High in antioxidant, you see, it comes under here, diet. Because when you're talking about eating a lot of sugar and refined carbs, right, the body has very high inflammation. If you're looking at weight gain, as in terms of overweight, that means unhealthy weight gain, we're also looking at a lot of inflammation in our children as well. Okay, so Ningxia Red, if there's out of all the supplements, you don't know where to start, how to start, and what to take, right? Just go straight to Ningxia Red. Okay, just go to straight to Ningxia Red. Depending on your child needs, I will recommend between 60 ml a day to even 180 ml a day, depending on your child and the age of your child. Okay, so if your child is severely overweight, you may want to inquire with us about the 14-day reset. Okay, and get your kid on the 14-day reset through Ningxia Red. Okay, and then there is Ningxia Nitro. Ningxia Nitro is a very small tube. I know Xiaohui's favorite. I'm sure she has it at her desk.
I just drank one.
So Ningxia Nitro, right, it's actually very good for both girls and boys for that extra boost of cognition. So I know some of the moms for their kid, before they go for exam, they'll mix a bit of nitro. If you're new to it and you don't know how much to give your child, maybe just start 1 teaspoon first. Then the rest you drink, okay? Just squeeze out 1 teaspoon, mix with your Ningxia Red and give your child to drink just before the exam. Or because it will promote mental clarity and focus for I don't know, I think 1 teaspoon, depending on your kid, like if your kid is a bit younger, like maybe 10, 9, and you need that mental boost for a kid, 1 teaspoon will probably last like half a day. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
one,
about
one cool thing about Ningxia Nitro is that because I'm a regular Ningxia
she's
Nitro
yes.
drinker, like every day I will have my 1 tube. So one of the things that I noticed as compared to because some people say, oh, in order to stay awake, I need caffeinated drinks like
yeah.
tea, coffee, or even energy drink. I know at least the moms who are listening to our classes,
Our class.
right? It's like at least they don't give this kind of like Red Bull, all these things to their kids. But but that okay, so personally I cannot take caffeine very well. So I notice that when I take caffeine, I have that
The crash.
that is there's a rush of like energy. Such
Adrenaline,
that
adrenaline.
yeah, my body cannot take it, because my heart will be beating
Palpitate.
faster.
Yeah.
I don't feel well. It's like alert but not well, the kind of thing, the kind of thing, which is not good. But when I drink Ningxia Nitro, because it only contains about 20% of the caffeine, and it's natural caffeine compared to a regular cup of coffee. So it's enough. Then people say, then does it work? It works because it's not work. It works not because of the caffeine inside there. So you need to understand the caffeinated or the energy drink outside is they use two things, which is caffeine can be artificial. It also the sugar to kind of keep the person high. But then, like Charlene was saying, you have the sugar rush, then you can sugar crash, then you'll feel very tired and unable to focus later on. So that's also a reason why we want to avoid sugar-laden stuff for our children, ourselves and our children also. So for learning, for the kids to learn well, we want to cut that in, and you notice that their mood and their energy level is a lot more stable.
Yes, stable, yeah.
We want them to be stable. We don't want to suddenly a lot of energy, then you need to find things to help for them to do so that they will burn out the energy and then they will crash. So we don't, because when you have that, right, it's the mood and all that, there's a lot of emotions also coming from the kids, like the throw tantrum and all that. So for my girl, I realized that the moment I let her eat this kind of thing, right, sometimes I like traveling and all that, then you will see this kind of effect, And then so I train my girl such it's I don't stop her from eating all these things, but just telling her these are not what you should be eating on a regular basis at home, that kind of thing. So to the extent she'll go out and then she'll maybe drink some bubble tea. She'll go, ew, mommy, it's so sweet. She drink a bit, don't want already. Just she knows how the effect goes in the body. So go back to nitro, right? Is that because it doesn't have this kind of very high level of sugar, and also not like a lot of caffeine inside there, right? So the body is able to uh to use all this, and also it's not using sugar, it's not using caffeine. Then what is it that it's using? It has a lot of natural plant-based extracts that are good for our brain to stay alert. So it's not just caffeine. Caffeine is a cheap way, to be honest. It's a cheap way to stay awake. To me, that's why I really love nitro. And it also contains vitamin B. It has three, if I'm not wrong, 3, 6, and 12. There are 3 types of vitamin B inside, and also iodine. Iodine, which is good for our thyroid. So these are the whole thing, right? Is actually for the body to function well, such that you can stay alert, and without having to pump in a lot of energy for the body to use. And then later on, you have the crash. So if you ask me, Charlene was saying half a day, maybe if you only give 1 teaspoon, or even I take 1 tube, right, it may not last half a day, but the effect of this nitro on my body, right, is about 3-4 hours. You can feel it's a lot easier to stay focused. I haven't been giving my girl, she's only 9 years old. Ning Xia is good enough for her to drink, she feel refreshed, and that she can go on maybe when she's tired. Because recently I've been traveling a lot with my daughter. So sometimes I'll give her like a sachet. So I always bring a sachet, a couple of sachet of Ning Xia with me. You just give it to her. She will drink an entire packet. So some people ask me how much Ning Xia to give to kids, right? I'm like, my girl, 1 year plus, she already finished one whole packet by herself. But start slow now, okay? Start slow and slowly increase. So I noticed that my girl, when she after she drink Ning Xia, right, her energy will go more. It's not the drink sugar, the sugary drink, the kind of effect. Sugar drink, she got a bit high. This one, she drink already, she go, okay, I'm good enough to go on. I can go on and walk around. I have a bit more energy to do things. So I find that that's the main difference between giving them like bubble tea, cold, all these things versus this kind of natural stuff. Natural, the body process slowly and use it to to be able to have the energy and stay focused. Yeah. So these are the two that I personally drink. My daughter drink this one.
Yeah, kids can drink too as well. That's why I say if you're concerned how much to give, start with 1 teaspoon and then work your way up.
Yes.
Okay. So next I'm going to share back my screen. Yeah, okay.
This one.
Oh, yes. Omega. Okay, omega-3 is very prevalent in a few of our products called MY's black seed oil. And I put omega products because we have omega Jais, we have green omega, we have Omega Essentials. Okay, it's only, it's not launched in Singapore yet, but it has already launched in Taiwan and Hong Kong, which I heard next year it will come to Singapore. So right now, in terms of the Young Living catalog, we have a few Omega products. Xiao's gonna share her favorite MYs.
You see, I have a big box with me. So this one, I have, it's the same thing. I haven't been giving my daughter because she's one of those who are like, I think later I'll share more about how I use the oils, but on my daughter. So this one, MY's, right, is called MindWise in the States. So it's specially formulated for memory retention or cognitive health. You see mind, right, our brain and all that. So when it was first launched, I got it from my dad before he had dementia and all that. Can see the whole effect, the benefit of it, because one of the things that I love about this MYs compared to other omega products out there is that because it is plant-based, so there's no fish and all that. So depending on whether you need it, you want the fish, you want to avoid that, or you want the fish oil. Of course, if you are able to take the like the soft gels, it's just soft gel or capsules. I think for the rest of the omega products that you can get in Singapore, right? One thing about my dad also, because he can't, at one point in time, he can't really swallow pills, and he doesn't like swallow pills and all that. We give them omega giants and gave him omega giants, and then he bite on it and then it burns, then it becomes very bitter and all that. So he didn't like it, but this one he can accept. So I think this is that means this is also good for kids in the sense that if you want to give it to them, if they're bigger kids, you want to give one whole sachet, fine. But if they are younger and you kind of like want to test it out and all that, give them half, and then the other half sachet you drink. Because moms also need it for our women also need good omega and good oils for our brain and all that, right? So before we go crazy. So M-Wise, you can try that for the kids. I know some moms just give like one sachet, put it in their lunch box, and then let them have it. So it contains omega-3, which is essential for our brain. It's plant-based omega. That means the body need to convert, but then Young Living formulated it such that it has coconut oil in the form of MCT. So it helps the body to convert the plant-based omega into the DHA, EPA, which our brain needs. So this is and it has CoQ10 also, which is good, important for heart and brain, the whole cardiovascular system. Also a turmeric inside, which is good for inflammation. So you see, it's such a good product. And now it's in small sachet. It's easy to bring out. Some people ask, how does it taste? I find that because people go like, okay, is it very oily taste? You can definitely taste the oil inside because it has the sacha itchy seed oil, it has MCT and all that, right? But at the same time, because it has I think pomegranate juice, some fruit extract and all that inside. So it tastes quite okay to me. It's not super sour. It's not sour like Ling Xia Rui. Some kids don't like sourness. This one is okay lah. Just plant taste. What do you think, Charlene? M-Wise. What do you think of M-Wise?
I wouldn't drink it neat because personally in
Oh,
terms of
okay. Yeah. I think that's a good
my
point. You
own
can mix it with Ling Xia Rui.
Ning yeah. Just mix everything in Ning
Ah,
So I've also mixed it in my shake also. Now I'm drinking Power Meal. If you guys have Slick Shake, I think it tastes great with the shake because of the entire there's berries taste, there's turmeric taste,
that, and there's a bit of
coconut.
the plant-based oils, the plant oils, right, which I think if you go, it will go, you will add that creaminess to the shake rather than it feels like you're drinking some kind of oil by itself. Yeah. So this is formulated specially for the brain.
Yep. So this is really very good. So whatever Xiaohui just shared, right, this is the liquid base. Then of course we have black seed oil. I think in terms of price point, it's also cheaper. It's also rich in omega-3, 6, and 9.
Actually not so much. I'm going to be very honest with you because black seed oils, the omega, it has omega.
Yes.
3, the 3, 6, and 9. Actually, we need 3 and 6 more lah.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, it's not as high as M-Wise. And because it's basically what Young Living gives us is like a natural, just the black seed oil without like adding in things and all that, so that we can then choose how to use it. But it does have some omega also. So if you maybe I'm not ready for this, then this is also one option.
So this is the other option. Of course, not as high, but it's also an option that's available in Malaysia market. Yeah. Yes. So in Singapore market, we do have the capsule, which is Omega Giants. Based on my team, I know some of them they give their kids as long as they can swallow a capsule. Omega Giants is a very small capsule. So if someone can swallow capsule, they start to give their kid the omega giants to ingest. And then of course there are other omega products in the market. So those capsules are a bit bigger, so I wouldn't focus on that. But just take some omega-3 into your body for the brain and heart health, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay?
because our brain actually needs DHA to kids' brain need for brain in terms of the growth, we need DHA. For the repair, we need EPA. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why if you go around and check, why is it that they always stress about how much DHA or EPA they have in the certain supplements and even the even I think even formula milk, they say they have DHA and all that, right? So basically it's because these are very essential for the brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially for kids.
So I do want to also note that there are a lot of omega products out there in the market. But like what shall we say, like a lot of products, they will say, oh, infused with DHA, EPA, omega, and things like that, right? But those are like synthetically put inside. What you get from Young Living are all mostly whole food supplements. So what I can say for with certainty is our omega range of products, which I have stated just now, which is your MindWise, your let me share my screen. Your MindWise, your omega, um, yeah, your omega products, your black seed oil, those are whole food. Okay, whole food. Okay, whole food means they come from the original food itself. Okay, hang on, let me, okay.
And it's not like an extract of something that is being highly processed. I think that's the meaning of whole food supplements. So Young Living, whenever you see their supplements, the main ingredients are usually like for example, M1 is the sacha seed oil. That means it's the oil itself.
Yeah,
Like
or the MCT
like
oil.
yeah, MCT and all that. So it's not a lot of isolates, extracts and all that, and then you formulate inside, formulated together to give you something. And another thing to note is also because we all know that Young Living is known for our essential oils. Essential oils are actually it can actually helps the body to absorb and use the nutrients better than the supplements that has
Yep.
that has the same thing but no essential oil added inside there.
Yep.
They already have studied and it should show that, prove that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put in mineral essence. I honestly I don't think most kids are okay with
No lah,
mineral essence.
take Mighty or you Zyme, you can put Mighty Vibes.
Yeah, but so that one's more for multivitamin, but I'm talking about when we talk about mineral deficiency, right? In our range of products for even for adults, mineral essence is really, really good for mental cognition. Okay, I've tried it myself. I forced myself to take it like in like consecutively 30 days. I tell you, my mind was like, whoo, so clear together, of course, with Linkshare as well. Okay, so mineral essence may not be something that your child likes, but as an adult, if you need their mental focus and clarity, do mineral essence. And then if you are interested to do a brain protocol with the team, right, or yourself, just let me know, okay? Okay, I'm going to talk about Super D. This vitamin, I find that it's very underrated. Nobody really talks about it, but I am very, very passionate about super vitamin D. Um, it is very good for a lot of issues. I only got to know about Super D when after it was launched, and then when my child was unwell, I did an ITOV scan, and then this vitamin D coming up and got me curious and got me to study more about this Super D. Okay, so for adults, right? Most of us, because remember I talked about the exercise that we are not exposed to. I think in Singapore, at least ever since the pandemic, a lot of sports activities are now confined in the indoor. Okay, so even in Singapore, I know a lot of parents like to bring the kids to the indoor playground because it's cooler, right? Because there's air conditioning. Therefore, and also because of the heat that we are getting, we don't really like to stay outside, and the humidity. So many of us, right, even for adults, there is a high level of insufficient vitamin D inside our body. Yeah, vitamin D is something that we should be able to produce normally, but because of various factors, including the food that we eat, and not just about sun exposure, because sun exposure these days is also like UV rays are very damaging to our skin as well, right? So there's always this tension, do I go out or do I not go out? Yeah, so what you can do is to supplement your body with the Super D, okay? Because Super D has been researched to improve brain function and to strengthen memory. Yeah, so if you can start young with your kids, right? Start young and give them the Super D. I give my kid the Super D at age 2. The youngest one, the number 3. Yeah, I give her at age 2 because the older kids were taking Mighty Vites, but because she couldn't take there's a bit of sour tinge to it. Yeah. So she's yeah, she don't want. So I was like, okay, what kind of other vitamins can I give you? So I started giving her my Super D. Yeah, it's also good for bone development as well. Yeah. Okay, so adults, please take your Super D. Come to Singapore and redeem. I don't know whether you can redeem, but yeah, can get and buy or redeem in Singapore. Okay. Okay. Then just now we talk about sleep. Okay, I share this because my son has sleep issues. I don't know what sleep issue he has, but he just doesn't sleep well. What I have really found useful is the special needs moms in the community in Young Living, the special needs mom community in Young Living. They talk about giving the kid Immupro. Okay, so because I wasn't familiar with products, I was like, oh, like, is this suitable for kids? And they say, yeah, because it helps to, and the thing about Immupro chewable, I know Xiaohui gives to a mom to take daily, right? Because it is a tablet, you can cut it up into a smaller dosage. Yeah, you can see how much it is in one tablet. You can cut it up into small dosage. Like for my son, right, when his brain go hyper too fast and he can't control his mood because of fatigue or because of exhaustion or because, I don't know, just racing mind, right? I gave Immupro probably 1/8, sometimes 1/16, okay, because you can cut it up to the size is a circle lah. Then it helps to slow down the brain and to promote better sleep. So a lot of times we think about boosting the brain means like, wow, pump, 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 go up, go up, go up, right? But we also need to calm it down. Okay, we need to bring down the racing activities down so that the mind can process, regroup, do whatever it needs to do to the brain connection inside. Okay, so it's not just about boosting, 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 but you also need it to rest such that it can recalibrate. Okay, recalibrate, reset, and then process the overwhelming information on a daily basis. Yeah. Okay, so that's Immupro. And then the other thing is I threw in enzymes. So for kids in Singapore, Malaysia have Mighty Zyme?
No,
You
we
all have
only
Mighty
have
Vites
Mighty
only,
Vites.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Enzymes, right? Because why I put in enzymes, because at the start, remember talk about diet, sugar laden, refined carbs, I find especially if you eat out a lot, it's very hard to control food intake, especially if you want to quick on the go, right? If you want better quality of balanced diet, sometimes I think it's the same in Malaysia as well. You need to go to cafes. But if you're talking about easily accessible food, okay, hawker food, coffee shop food, right, it's usually very carb laden, greasy, and then or if you go to like, just buy a bread to let the kids snack, right, it's usually refined carbs, right? So I find that enzymes are very important to help to break down these sugar and carbs, right, in the body for kids. Because if you pay attention to your child, right, a lot of times they talk about food coma, right? Food coma is because the body cannot process the food they have taken. And food coma doesn't need to be I overeat. It could be I eat something that's not suitable for my body. Like for me, if I eat too much carbs, okay, too much refined carbs, I am on a food coma already. Like just now breakfast, I had I had a sweetened bun. Yeah, left over from yesterday's tea time. And now I'm like, I know my body's haywire already, so I need to go and take my enzymes. Yeah. So that's why I suggest for moms to include enzymes. In Singapore, we have this thing called Mighty Zyme. It doesn't taste bad. It's also a very small tablet. Let them chew and then take the enzyme to promote their digestion as well. Okay, so you understand when we talk about mental clarity, right? It's not just the brain, right? We talk about the brain, we talk about the immunity, we talk about sleep as well, and then we talk about enzymes to break down the food. Okay, so these are the supplements. These all these items are available all in Singapore, some in Malaysia. So if there are things that you are interested to get and you want to try, you can just let Xiao Hui know, those of you who are based in Malaysia. Okay. Then the next one, essential oils. Okay, I've listed down the some essential oils. The first five are common use singles to boost the brain mental focus and cognition and memory retention. So you can blend it together into a roller bottle and then apply at your brainstem area behind your ear, on your temple, or you can diffuse the oils. Okay. And then I think the last session we talked a lot about some of the blends, right? That's good for the brain as well. Xiao Hui want to share about what oils you use for your En.
Okay, so my daughter, so among the essential oil, the single oils on top, right, there is cedarwood and frankincense.
Mm.
So other than the blends, which I'll talk about later, I'll share with you how I use cedarwood and frankincense first. So these two oils are great oils for firstly it's common oils. We always have most people always have it, and sometimes I tell people, you buy these two oil, you keep these two oil at home, right? You will use it one because it has so many different ways of using it. It has and it's very good for the brain, particularly because it oxygenates the brain. It brings oxygens to the brain. So you know, when our brain don't have oxygen or our cells don't have oxygen, it cannot live well or it cannot function well. So when you climb like a high, like you go up to a mountain or something, sometimes you feel that, oh, my brain has less oxygen and you cannot think anything. Okay, so that is actually normal because our brain, our cells, especially our brain, need a lot of oxygen. And the thing about kids is that, or even adults, when we are our brains is lack of oxygen, right? We will tend to feel like maybe sleepy, focus. So when I was doing my research on my daughter, because she only started to call me mommy, is in the first few words that she picked out, right? It was around age of 2. So because most kids are around 1, for hers is 2. And then by by the time she reached 3 years old, right? And I brought her to speech therapies to kind of do a evaluation. She's actually 1 year behind in terms of her speech development. So so what I did was that, I mean, of course, she still go for her speech therapy, which I find is important because you we want to be able to help her also uh, 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 learn in a different way from maybe from schools and all that, so such that she can develop her confidence. That her part of the issue is confidence also. But I was like, okay, I want to work on her brain, not to say like anything like really work on the brain, but just I feel that it's important that we know the oils can help to support them to the brain to kind of process and all that better, such that it's easier for her to learn. So all I want is that she feel that it's easy, it's fun to learn. So because at one point she's like, do I want to talk too much? Do I want to show you that she can make mistake and all that already? I can see that tension whenever she feel that we are testing her or trying to get her to speak clearer or better. So so one of the place that I always use a lot of oils on her is actually what we call the brainstem, which is our scalp and then our neck at the back, right? Our spine, where it meets, you will feel that it's a place that is dented, slightly dented inside. So that's the brainstem. So I always put oils around there. So I will put cedarwood first. So I put a bit of, so I layer rather than mix it into a roller bottle. I put a bit of cedarwood and then I put it just rub it on that area a bit. And then after that, frankincense and rub it there. Okay. Why is it in this sequence? Because there was some kind of research online lah that I read, I think it was passed down by, I think it was also mentioned by Gary Young before, is that these two oils, by using cedarwood first, is to clear the information that are wrong, that is inside the, it says DNA lah, but to me is that whatever it is that there are certain maybe sequencing of the system like a bit off inside there, right? That I want it to kind of like clear that message first, then you want to have the correct then frankincense is to have the correct one inside. That's what it says. You all can just go and do online. So that's why I use it in that sequence. Cedarwood and then frankincense. So then I just rub it there because she won't let me do a lot of long kind of thing unless I say it's raindrop lah. Then she'll lie down. So I use these two oils. Almost I think it was nighttime because daytime I will use what else really? I will use Genius. Kissan Genius. This is in roller bottle form. I have the normal regular bottle and I put on the Aroma Glide roller fitment. So I just go and buy a packet of this. Most of my KidSense oil has this. I use this thing on it because I teach my girl to use the oils, to apply the oils herself. So she has that 5 ml bottle. Then so nowadays she will, before she learns, she sit down on the table, she will also take out her bottle of Genius and then she'll just rub it there. Or sometimes not at that point, but just rub it around her back of her neck, which I don't care lah. As long as she apply in that area, and then she apply, then she study. She apply, she study. So it become a habit already. So this was one that she used when she study or when she's about to learn something. Then cedarwood and frankincense is the one that I apply on her. And also when she goes to school during the day, before she goes to school in the morning, I will use Valor. I'll use Valor. Sometimes I switch to Believe also, but I find that Valor is also a scent that she likes. Also because the bottle color, the label color is purple, and she like purple and pink. So I find that sometimes just use as the oil that she like and all that. And I find that she is I think the effect is that I think you can see all these oils are also very calming. Other than this one is a bit more stimulating lah, to help to the brain function and all that. But cedarwood, frankincense, Valor, all these are very, to me, is a very calming kind of oil. I find that when I apply, in the process of applying on her, right, I also calm down as a mom. And then she also feels calmer and more confident in learning. And I think at the end of the day, if you want the kid to be able to learn better, right, the patience and the belief from the mom is important. So that's my own experience lah. So I use KidSense Genius more than the Brain Power because I find Brain Power quite strong. If you all have Brain Power, in Malaysia it's called ScentWise, this blend. You can try to dilute. I would say you can try to dilute lah. Genius is actually the oils inside here is actually similar to Brain Power. It's actually quite similar. To me, the scent is almost the same, but it's a milder scent because it's pre-diluted, and I think it also have additional oils and all that. But it's good enough to help her to focus. And you can see this water is with me because I also use it, okay? Because I find that sometimes I also need better focus because 40 plus already, yeah, to be able to focus better. So these are the oils that I use with my daughter when she learns and all that. Yeah. What else is on your list, huh?
I have Three Wise Men. I don't know. I find that is seldom talked about. So Genius, I find these three oils are seldom talked about when we talk about the brain oils. Because yes, Young Living do have blends that's created for the brain. Like Clarity, for example. Last session, somebody asked about Clarity. Clarity can diffuse, but it can be spicy for children.
Yeah, so I don't apply also.
Yeah, so that one we will diffuse like all this you can do in the roller bottle, right? Peppermint, of course, to boost the brain. But these are what I would find that it's even in terms of the smell, the tone, right? It's more woody. Yeah, it's a more woody and calming sense of calming oils. But it was also very good for the brain. So shall we really talk about genius and valor? Three wise men, right? It contains couple of oils, but the three main oils is sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay, that's why three wise men. Of course, they add in sandalwood because sandalwood is also very precious in the aromatherapy world. Okay, then of course there are other oils like spruce and juniper. But let's talk about three wise men first. There are three very there are three essential oils that are very high in sesiterpene. Sesiterpene is just one of the chemical molecules, right? Sesiterpene are known to be able to cross the blood-brain barrier, okay, into the brain. So Xiao already mentioned one of the three just now, which is cedarwood. Okay, it's also on our list. Cedarwood is very high in sesiterpene, and then of course you have myrrh. No, you have yes, you have myrrh, and then you have sandalwood. All these are very good for the brain to support the brain because sesiterpene go past the blood-brain barrier, and also it is a very small molecule and they are able to penetrate the brain tissue very quickly. That's why Xiaohui also mentioned talking about brain apply at the brain stem area. Yeah.
Mm.
So these three wise men, if you want, these are one of the three you can go and explore to apply for your child when they are studying so that it promotes better memory retention. Then the other essential that's a bit spicier like peppermint or even rosemary, you can choose to dilute in a bottle or you can diffuse it while they are studying. Okay, so these are some of the oils that we would strongly recommend you guys to try on your child and use it on them like every day, even if they are not studying. So maybe at sleep time, in case a lot of parents, right, just like how to say like take it as a form of like medication, is it? Like before
Yeah, yeah.
exam, then
I think
they just pump a lot of oils.
yeah, I think it's because I talk about my daughter's case, which is a case of like she had
Slower speech.
yeah, speech delay. That means she has some learning challenges lah. But
Okay.
so for usually for parents with kids that have this kind of issue, they will be more persistent like every day. They'll apply it regularly because you know that it's for long term. But I think even for kids, right? If you want them to be able to um learn better and I think has a more be able to focus better. I think focus is not just on learning, really, it's also on other aspect things that they do in their life, right? So I find that uh use it regularly. So one of the things, cedar and frankincense, I've been quite consistent. Some recently not so much, but then because she would apply Genius on her own, but Genius is really for learning because I find that sometimes after she apply, right, she start to become very creative. Other than learning, then she start to
Oh.
think and all that. Then we were like, okay, too active already. Not the hyper kind of active, but then it's like the I think it stimulates the brain to go because she's a creative type of person. So for me, is that I other cedar with frankincense is good for even for nighttime to use. So you don't see it as it's an oil to boost focus or memory or anything. You just use it regularly to help the brain to be able to balance and process things easier. And then what else? I think the oils that are most stimulating, you can use it during the day.
Good idea. Yeah, good point. All right, so these are some of the things that we are sharing for today. And if you got any question, do feel free to reach out to me or Xiaohui. All right, thank you so much for those of you who are listening to the recording, and we'll see you in our next session.